I hope it is. I hope it's connected. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Coach Diamond, Coach Diamond D, your certified master life coach. Welcome to Resilient Talk. This is my podcast page. This is actually the page that I will be doing mostly all my communication with for the rest of 2025. I will be sharing some of my content on both pages, basically with the coaching information that I will be putting out there. If you have not connected to the Attract Well website that I have put out there, it's a blog. Go read those blogs. That is my personal development information that I have personally did on my own, learning those things and learning the style of how to make a shift mindset, how to shift this mindset, make that transformation mindset go and grow for real, mentally and emotionally. And if you have not connected with that, please do so. Please check it out. Please drop some comments. Please share your thoughts, your perspective on, my Attract Well page. Um, Trust and believe whatever you drop, I will receive no matter the circumstances. I just want you to take the time to go read it. Go read it, go read it, go read it, and share it. All right. That's what I want you to do, please, because it's important. Not only is it important for me, it's important just to get the information out there. We all need some type of help. We do. But yeah, a lot of us don't like to talk about that because that's like a personal problem or a personal area in our life that we don't want folks to know that we struggle at this or we struggle at that or we struggle with learning or we struggle with processing things or we struggle with relationship building, connections, or anything like that. I once was that person that struggled at everything, no lie. And I still struggle at some stuff. I struggle real bad at connecting and listening to stuff that don't make sense to me. And if it don't make sense, I ask questions. And when I ask questions, it becomes a problem. And that problem becomes a bigger problem and a bigger problem and a bigger problem. But yet I'm asking a question if I don't know the answer, right? And so this is why it's important to know that when you are, growing in your own space, in your own area, mentally or emotionally, it is okay to ask questions. Don't take that from yourself. Those that can't seem to answer those questions sometimes, maybe they still working on themselves. Maybe they still trying to develop mentally or emotionally. Maybe they don't know what to say or how to say it. And so this is why I really, really tapped into my personal development because growing up as a child, people used to say whatever they choose, when they wanted to, how they wanted to, who they wanted to, about to, or whatever. And if it didn't sit well with me, I spoke up on it. Cause that's part of like everybody got a word. Everybody, not that I ain't never, said anything about something or somebody or made a comment on it. I responded to it, yeah. But I'm not fixing to negatively dog a person out for no apparent reason. That's judging. And we see a lot of that still to this day. Judging. Judging is, to me, toxic. It is. Why? Because you are trying to stick your mind or your thoughts in somebody else's brain to pick their brain to see what it is. That's why it's important to ask questions of what's going on in your brain. What is it? What's going on in your brain? That's the question. Bottom line. And it ain't no sugarcoating behind it. What is going on in your mental mindset? If you don't know, now you know. I coach behavior, mindset, and relationships. Those are my three niche that I enjoy coaching. I focus on them very strong because, again, my relationships were terrible back then. Why? Because I was trying to help people, but I was helping the wrong people. I was trying to connect with people, but I was connecting with the wrong people. You get what I'm saying? I literally, you know, said to myself years ago, many years ago, I said, if anything crashes in in any type of my relationship. It could be friendship, it could have been an intimacy relationship, it could have been a family ship, it could have been anything. Anything boils or crashes is because somebody couldn't take the authentic I was bringing or sharing. And I respect that now that I know. Because when we speak up purposely, not to hurt people, but an authentic person is going to truly speak up to help you or hopefully give you some type of motivation to help you grow in the areas they might see you weaken in. They might see it. But a lot of people, we get blindsided. Well, you ain't even tell me I'm missing a screw. You ain't even tell me I do too much. You ain't even that's the response you get from a mindset that is not confident in their walk. Be confident in your walk. Be confident in your walk. All right. Be confident in your walk. All right. Some of y'all know I'm a part of this Growth Day program where I actually invested in myself to grow more, learn more, connect more with the like-minded people. The where I want to go, I had to separate myself with the people that I was with many, many, many years ago to connect with the people that I am wanting to grow to or to become more of within myself. And so I had to disconnect myself from the things that did not serve me. And that was negative thinking. Negative thinking. I still cannot. I'm allergic to negative. I'm allergic to it. I'm allergic to it. But some people perceive me negative back then, but yet I wasn't negative. Why? Because I pretty much had on a mask, just like people today, that had to cover that part up to be able to share who I was to a person, to even to be accepted. No more mask. You either gonna love me or you're not. You either gonna accept me or you're not. You either gonna communicate with me or you're not. You either gonna be my friend or you're not. You either gonna hear me out or you're not. And that's exactly where I stood. And I kind of look at that now to where it's not even about sharing who you authentically are, because sharing it is almost the same thing as you trying to prove yourself to somebody. Don't try to prove yourself to a single soul. A single soul. God loves you. God sees you. So I hope it's copacetic and clean. God needs you. God wants to build that relationship within you. And that's what I did. So I had to, you know, become soft on myself first before I was able to become soft on anybody else. So when you become soft for you, don't take that soft the wrong way. Take it as being more compassionate, loving, caring, understanding, open minded. Becoming more of that is what got me where I am today. But I'm nobody's fool, not a single soul. And I say that to say this. When you authentically get out your own way and start tapping into your values of who you are or who you are becoming, honey, God will move mountains for you. But you just got to stay focused on you. All right? Because even some of your coworkers, even some of your partners, even some of your friends, even a spouse, even a sister, even a brother, even your children will try to literally tap into that old version of you. Mm-mm. You don't want that person to wake up. We don't want that person to wake up. No, we don't want that person to wake up at all. And so this is why I encourage each and every one of you all to get those pointers. Find out who you authentically are right now. Connect with your personality. What your personality? What type of personality do you have? And so I have access to that the MBTI personality profile test where you can actually tap into identifying, are you a introvert or extrovert? Have you ever thought about that? Are you intuitive or sensitive at things? Which one? Do you always get upset when somebody says something to you or about you, or trying to help you and you get, beside yourself and feel some type of way when somebody's talking to you or trying to help you? Are you sensitive or are you intuitive? Which one? And these are characteristics that we hold within ourselves. That I don't want nobody to know about these things. But I'm telling you, the more you develop in your personal journey, the more you identify about yourself. All right? That person to your left and to your right, they will continue to take advantage of you. They will take advantage of you no matter your circumstances. If you do not know your own thinking ability, tap into it. It's a quote that I've always said: small minds don't grow. They stay stuck because they're afraid to see a better version of themselves. So challenge yourself each and every day to show a different side of you on the behalf of personal development. Not the negative side, the positive side. All right. And I had to do the same thing, y'all. I'm not telling you nothing that I have not went through, what I have not faced, what I have not seen, heard, or did. Because when you decide to say, okay, I am, done with this old version of me, I need a new version of me, I need to tap into, my values, my morals, I need to identify who I am authentically, I need to share who I am authentically, I need to open up to myself even more. You open up to everybody else, like you don't open up to yourself. Like, that's the question. Why? Y'all, we open up to everybody else. Why don't we open up to ourselves? And that is what I had to do. I had to go find Coach Diamond. I had to go find Diamond to find Coach Diamond. Make sense? And I'm telling y'all, there's two of you inside of you. You got that introvert you got the extrovert you. And sometimes we don't like to share neither one. But when you tap into your internal soul, that's the movement. That's that connection that you have, that vibration that oof, oof, nobody can take from you. All right. And that is you getting to know you internally. What is it that you like to do? Who asks these questions daily? Nobody. Oh, I ask. Because I want you to know what I like to do. You got to know what I like to do, what I like to, the emotions that I like to feel, the communication barriers that I like to connect with. Like, if it's a barrier, a barrier, then that communication barrier is for me to dig deep for myself and for you. Every day is a connection, y'all, building your mental capacity on your relationships, on love, on peace, on guidance, on everything. On everything. And if you're not working on yourself, somebody else will work on you. And when they work on you, it ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna make you mad. You're gonna get upset. You're gonna snap. You're gonna say something smart. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. And then when you do all of that, again, you somewhere just looking like, man, I just wasted some time on some time. No, it is important to work on your personal development, y'all. And it starts with you. It starts on the inside, truly on the inside. So I encourage you, get out your own way. Start tapping into the true you. Start making things happen for you internally, for real. Start looking at, a better version of yourself to become more for yourself. Start really tapping into that. All right. And so I'm gonna share some things with you right quick. You got to ask yourself. We're gonna do a little activity right here. The extrovert characteristics. See if which is your most natural energy or orientation. Which one do you connect with? Which one do you connect with? Are you an extrovert or an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Do you act first, think, reflect later? Do you talk more than they listen? Do you seek being the center of attention? Do you feel deprived when cut off from interactions with the outside world? Do you enjoy wide varieties and change in people and relationships? Do you tend to think out loud often? Do you tend to think out loud often? Are you an introvert? Introvert characteristics. Do you think or reflect first? Then act. Do you listen more than they talk? Do you avoid being the center of attention? Do you require private time? A lot of private time to recharge your batteries mentally and emotionally. Do you prefer one-to-one communication in relationships? Do you tend to think things through inside your head? Or do you tend to think out loud? Or do you tend to feel deprived when cut off from interactions with the outside world? So when I took this part right here, y'all, I learned more that I was an introvert more than I was an extrovert. Now, the old Diamond was an extrovert with probably no rules, no titles, no nothing behind her. I was just a butterfly, just flying, just gone, not just whatever floats your boat. And so now it's literally to the point where the butterfly has blossomed. And if the butterfly has blossomed, then guess what? That butterfly turns into a bigger butterfly that likes to land and see things, that likes to land and experience life. Life is supposed to be peaceful. Life is supposed to be full of joy, love, connection. But you can't have it unless you bring it. So you got to bring it. And when you bring it, guess what? They'll bring it. They'll bring it. We pray. They'll bring it. They'll bring it. They'll bring it. These people bring, that's what it looks like. That's what it's supposed to look like. It's a connection. And it's supposed to blossom. Right? And so our Coach Brendan tells us, your purpose doesn't have a destination. In a sense, it does, but it don't. Because at the end of the day, when you die, you either going to heaven or hell. Either or, right? So obviously, you're going somewhere. You're either going up or you're either going down. So if it doesn't have a destination, I look at it to a point that if it doesn't have a destination, you need to start living right now. I mean, that's what it doesn't have a destination. Oh, yeah, it has a destination. You're going to heaven or hell, period. And you don't get to choose, in a sense. Because really, if you don't choose how you behave, how you act, he chooses for you. That's why it's important to start treating people right while you still got time. And so I don't know if some of y'all know, but I also help in the field of community support individual. I'm a CSI, and the world, not, investigating stuff. I'm a CSI, community support individual. They call you mentor, a peer pro. They call you a personal development coach. They call you um, a life coach. It could be pretty much any. I meant, as I already said mentor, but it could be anything to the extreme in the in the mental health world. It could be the extreme of you being a behavior interventionist, anything really, behavior analyst, behavior specialist. You could be um, basically whatever title you put behind you in that field when you're helping people. And so I do community work out in this world. Just because you don't see me when all these folk gather together and do this type of work and do that type of work and do this, doesn't mean I don't serve. Because I serve, and I serve, you know, with dignity and respect with what I love to do. And that is bringing out the best in your child or you, either or. I enjoy allowing your light shine. And you don't hear that too often. And I don't have to be front centered on the stage or none of that. But when it comes to helping people, I enjoy pushing and motivating you to become a better version of yourself. Because it's about you growing. It's about me growing. It's about me connecting with you to grow. That's what it's about. All right. So if you can help somebody along the way, why not get started now? And that's what I said to myself. If you've been helping folk for 23, 20, for all your life, like Jalen literally had to share me with other children when he was the only child for 9 years. And so when I had to, hats off. When I had to step up and be a mama of three, hats off to those mama of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hats off. I salute you because it is not an easy task being a mother, being a single mother, being an authentic mother. What does an authentic mother look like? A mother that's not being that child's friend, but being that child's support system, being that child's leader, being that child's teacher, being that child's, you know, best friend internally so that they can get the information they need to grow to be a better version of yourself. I tell my children every time they put their socks and shoes on, when you go somewhere, you represent not only yourself, but your household. Get your life together. Get it together. Because prior to you not getting it together, obviously something is missing. And it doesn't even have to be a person. It could be love. It could be compassion. It could be peace. It could be friendship. It could be communication. It could be, you know, just a connection. Just a connection. For a 5-year-old yesterday to tell me how she knew what love was, what she wanted to feel like. Oh, God, that was beautiful. So that's what it's about. That's what it's about. So if you're missing anything, listen, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to make that connection so that you can become a better version of yourself or you can motivate somebody to start tapping into their own personal transformation, belief, connection, whatever that inspires them. All right. So often we don't connect with what we love to do, we connect with what we have to do. It's important to connect with what you love to do. So let the self-doubt go. Let the the fearful mindset go. Let all that stuff go because that's not going to help you grow into becoming a better version of yourself. All right? It's not. So let's do the next one. I want to do another one with y'all. Are you a thinker or a feeler? You got the thinking characteristics, and then you got the feeling characteristics. Do you actually search for facts and logic in a decision situation? Or do you intensively employ personal feelings and impact on people in decisions or situations? Do you naturally notice tasks and work to be accomplished? Or do you naturally sensitive are you naturally sensitive to people needs and reactions? Do you naturally seek opinions, like you want validation? Or do you easily are you easily able to provide an objective and a critical analyze all things? Do you accept conflict as a natural or normal part of relationship with people? Or do you connect with the feeling part, unsettled by conflict, have almost a toxic reaction to disharmony? Or the last one, value logic, justice, and fairness, one standard for all. That's thinking. Feeling, value, empathy, and harmony. See the exception to the rule. Do you think before you react, or do you sincerely feel an intuition of somebody being truthful or not to you? That's the question. And so the last one would be judging characteristics or perceiving characteristics. And this is the interesting part, y'all. When you're done with it, you get to put your initials at the bottom as of a TF, a JP. So it's EISITFJP. And then you go to the actual big paper right here and you identify which one you are. It's so unique and cool. I enjoy doing these things. I did my workbook almost. I'm on workbook number 4 now. So you find out what you are. So you either, if you are an ISFP, it tells you you are an introvert, introvert, sensing, feeling, perceived type of person. And for the ISFP, the dominant quality in their lives is a deep felt caring for living things, combined with a quality, playful, and sometimes adventurous approach to life and all its experiences. And when I identified, which one I was, which when I did this, y'all, when I took the test, I cried. Because that's how you understand that that's where you unleash that mask. Take the mask off. Because if you're not living this right now, what when you sit and write it and identify these things within your own characteristics, then you've been lying to your own self. So this is why I tell people, be honest. But you ain't being honest just to me. You got to be honest with yourself. And that's the important part about your transformation. Be honest with yourself. Please. Because that's what it's about. And so when I was done with the characteristic, the test, I was able to go back and look over my whole life as if it was on a timeline and redirect, share my story, redirect, tell my story, repurposed it. Like, it was beautiful. Still is. But you grow every 3 years of your life. You know that. Every 3 years, every 3 months, 6 to 8 months, hopefully you're developing more. I learned something new every single day. Every day. And so what I learned new today, I'm gonna share it with you. I don't know if y'all listen to podcasts. I'm a podcaster. I love the podcast. I have my own podcast, Open Hearts Foundation Coaching Academy. Open Hearts Foundation Coaching Academy. It's Open Hearts with Diamond D. And so on my podcast, um, I normally go in and I share the things that our coach asks us about ourselves, and then we learn it, process it, go coach it. Learn it, process it, apply it, go coach it. Learn it, process it, apply it, go coach it. And that's how life is. And so I became a life coach to learn it, process it, understand it, connect it to me, go coach it. All right. And so when I did, being in that growth group, Lori, she teaches us basically you can't rob people of their rock bottoms. I was like, what does that mean? Because, the titles be all unique and stuff. I was like, rob people from their rock bottoms. And so basically, the way she explained it in her group, she loves when people challenge themselves but feel like they don't get it, and then go and apply the things when they get the tools to get it and come back with something unique or raw, which is awesome to coach or share with her team. Excuse me, y'all. That's power. That's power. And so now learning in growth group, being in this growth group with professionals, y'all, I absolutely love it because it's shifting me on a whole nother perspective in life. Having my lens just flip, 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 flip on basically how people are, who they are, how they perceive themselves in this world. And not only that, actions speak louder than words, because that's what I go by. That's what I go by. So I'm at my 30 mark, on my 30-minute mark. And I just want to say, I appreciate you for connecting with my live. If you did connect, drop me a purple heart. Drop me something that, you resiliently connected with, something that you can take away from here, something that you felt like I said purposely and that you felt like you can use it and apply it to your own personal life, or you can take back to your group, your team, or whoever, and implement it in your group and your team and tell them to apply it to their own personal life or their group or their team, because that's what life is about, y'all. Building positive relationships, building positive mindsets, and building positive actions. Your behavior speaks volume of your character. Don't let nobody take that from you. I love y'all, beautiful people. Thank you for connecting. And if you do not know who I am, just know whose I am. And I serve a mighty, mighty, mighty good God. Because without his love, without his sincere, compassionate heart touch, let's be mindful. Where would we be today? And that's what it's about. That's truly what it's about. I love y'all, beautiful people. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for connecting. And I hope to see some names tomorrow. If y'all do see some names on the timeline. If you would like the link to where I will be coaching tomorrow on Bold, Bold Bravo TV. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You just don't know. I'm just excited. Can't even explain it, but I'm excited. If you like the link and you would like to share some positive feedback for me, I am open to resilient comments to the fullest. So that doesn't do anything for me but help me grow even more. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful for it. So whatever you got to say, no matter what, I am here to learn it, listen to it, process, and become a better version of myself. Because that's all I can do and offer to this world. I love y'all, beautiful people. Stay connected. Peace.